United States today has the highest rate of childhood poverty. We are the only nation in the industrialized world that doesn't guarantee health care to all of its people. When kids go to college in America, they often come out $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. I think all of that is wrong, and I think as a nation, we can do a lot better than that. Now, you look at some countries in Scandinavia and Europe, and what they have said is, sure, we want to capture the entrepreneurial spirit, but we want a strong social safety net that protects the middle class and working people. So this is what they've got. When you have a baby in Denmark or in Finland, you know what? You get paid, you get your salary, or a large part of it, to stay home with your baby so that your kid has a good start in life. Quality childcare is free because they understand it's important that kids do well, and they provide that. Their educational system is very strong. You want to go to college? Well, you know what? It's either free or almost free. They understand that workers are under a lot of stress, that you can't work 51 or 52 weeks a year. So in those countries, you have 30 or 40 days a year off with paid vacation. So to my mind, that's the kind of direction that we've got to move in. And we have seen some positive results over the last decades in the United States. You know, when George Bush wanted to privatize Social Security, the senior citizens of this country said, thank you, but no thank you. We don't necessarily want to invest all of our retirement income in the stock market, as volatile as that is. We would like to make sure that we get a check every single month. People are proud of that. Medicare has its problems, but you know what? You ask seniors about how Medicare compares with the private insurance that they used to have, and they say, we like Medicare very, very much. Talk to veterans around this country about the Veterans Administration, and they will say they are very proud of this government-run health care system, which provides quality health care to all of them as a right of their service. So we have a lot that we can build on, but I think what we have got to do is end the survival of the fittest mentality, this Darwinian concept that says we all have to fight against each other, and maybe a few of us will crawl our way to the top and make billions, but we're leaving around kids who are sleeping out on the streets, kids who are hungry, families that can't afford to send their kids to college. Can we do better than that? I think we can. I think we can. I think we can have a society where all of our people have at least a minimum standard of living, where all of our people have health care, where all of our people are able to get a good education, including high-quality education, where child care is high quality and available to working families. So I think we've got a lot of work in front of us, and I think we can do that. We can create a nation in which all of our people do well, rather than what we have right now, in which the people on top are doing extraordinarily while so many other people are suffering. Michael, thanks very much for that question.
There's no reason to become alarmed, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight.
By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world turning inside out and floating around in ecstasy. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me. I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star dancing through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like lightning and lava. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. Running through the night, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm gonna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a dollar, baby. Don't stop me. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me. I'm having a good time. Never wanna stop at all. I am a rocket ship on my way to Mars, on a collision course. I am a satellite. I am out of control. I'm a safe machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. I'm
recommended as being strongly vaginal, which bothers some men. The word itself makes some men uncomfortable. Vagina.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, they don't like hearing it and find it difficult to say, whereas without batting an eye, a man will refer to his dick, or his rod, or his Johnson.
Johnson?
The one thing about Hillary Clinton, she has a roughly 25-year record of government and politics. Not only a former Secretary of State, but also a one-term U.S. Senator from New York and former First Lady. What will that record mean as she campaigns for president? Here's Meredith Shiner, political correspondent at Yahoo News. She's on the T-Mobile hotline this morning. Meredith, explain how she might have to deal with a different Senate if she were to win.
Washington used to be a place where when people came to Congress, whether they were a representative or a senator, they stayed for many, many decades. And one of the really striking statistics that we found, we went back and looked at the roster of senators from when Hillary first came to the Senate back in 2001, and only 27 of those members are still serving.
Oh, wow.
Which is extraordinary given, just the history of the body. I mean, last Congress, the Congress overall, between the House and the Senate, lost almost 800 years of experience because so many veteran members retired or are retiring. So when you look at that number, I mean, one of the biggest flaws, I think, that has been highlighted in the Obama presidency is just his relationship with Congress and how strained that's been. And if Hillary or any candidate is to fix that, they're going to have to spend some time building relationships. So one of the points that we tried to draw was that if Hillary is to build those relationships, many of them will have to be new. I don't think she can rely on pre-existing bonds that she has with members because so many of those members that she knew and that she worked with, they've already left.
Right. We're speaking with Meredith Shiner, political correspondent at Yahoo News. When will she hold a news conference, say, and speak with reporters? She's been absent for a while.
So what she's been doing is very much a slow burn kind of rollout. It was reported that at the end of last week, her top advisors had two dinners, one in Washington and one in New York, with top reporters to sort of lay the groundwork for what this campaign might look like. And I think that they're trying to avoid the kinds of mistakes that they made back in 2007 and 2008, the last time she tried to seek the Democratic nomination. The general plan that has been reported and what people are talking about was this video announcement on Sunday, and then a series of events in early primary states in the opening weeks of her campaign so she can try to talk directly to voters. I think one of the challenges of the Clinton campaign is that sort of connection with real voters. I mean, she's someone who obviously has been affiliated with Washington for a very long time, whether it was as First Lady or Senator or Secretary of State. So making sure that those connections appear to be real and genuine is probably going to be a central focus of their operation. So making it seem as if they're not directly dealing with reporters constantly, I think, is a piece of that. And quite frankly, it's something that the Obamas were very good at. I mean, when you think about the evolution of social media and how much the Obama campaign relied on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of these platforms where they could reach voters directly, I think you'll see a lot of that with Hillary. It will just be very, very carefully managed and calculated to make her the candidate they think she needs to be in order to win this time around.
All right, so ultimately she'll have to answer some questions with regards to the email scandal, say with Benghazi, right? She's differed with the Obama administration on Syria. Are we going to get any of that?
I think in due time. She obviously had that press conference to answer questions about the emails. I'm sure her campaign will try to minimize the amount of time that she spends talking about that because, frankly, I feel like she probably thinks that there are bigger, broader policy issues that she would like to address, but surely she's going to be talking about foreign policy because that's going to be one of her strengths coming into this election because she spent time as Secretary of State. Like that's something that she'll play up, particularly if her Republican candidate or opponent ends up being a governor with executive experience. It's a place where she can potentially draw points of contrast. But I think it'll be interesting to see, how she weighs in on this emerging nuclear deal with Iran, because it's obviously something that's moving and that people are paying attention to, members of Congress are weighing in on, and she's going to have an opinion on it. And it'll be interesting to see whether she does try to create daylight between herself and the president, whether she'll be supportive of how they've negotiated it. I think in terms of foreign policy issues, that might be the first one where you really see her pushed to present a position.
Thanks, Meredith. Meredith Shiner, political correspondent at Yahoo News.
America's First News is online all the time. Follow us on Twitter at This Morning Show. Like us on Facebook or send us an email, thismorning@compassmedianetworks.com.